And with your permission, a small peek of behind the scenes of this encounter of news, war, and spirituality. We're hosting this time from New York. We're based in Tel Aviv. She's joining us from New York. Gayatri Naraine from Brahma Kumaris, a top representative in the United Nations. Hello to you.
Hello. Nice to be with you.
Thank you so much, Gayatri. I would love, even behind the scenes, to have your reflections. If you felt that during this interview, this encounter, you had the opportunity to really share your spiritual perspective, the way it can be implemented here in the Middle East?
You know, I would say that the Middle East has a long history of something that kept recurring over and over again based on that history. And maybe the history is standing in the way to create a new story. Is it time? Is time the call of the time, or is time asking the Middle East to create a new story? Now, the new story doesn't have to eliminate our elders and ancestors of the past, but perhaps the new story could put a different slant on what our elders of the past wanted from us, this particular generation and the generations to come. You know, when I was at the Wailing Wall, when I was there, and I walked toward it, and I said, I have to write a note to Abraham. I have to put my note in that little hole. And the note I wrote to him was, please come, return. We need you. We need you at this moment in time. Return. And so maybe what I was saying, I wasn't speaking to an individual. I wasn't even speaking to an individual soul, but I was speaking to perhaps the principles that he upheld. And is it time for us to relook at those principles in the light of today, without the history of the violence, and create a new story?
A new story, perhaps based on the old tent of Abraham, that might be reopened for all the brothers that were living there basically peacefully, but some of them may have forgotten that.
Exactly.
So, Gayatri Naraine from New York, from the United Nations, from Brahma Kumaris, I want to thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, even in those intriguing times. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much. Also, looking at a short peek of behind the scenes of news, war, and spirituality at ContentoNow TV.